Hey, welcome to Steamfest, everybody. Before I say anything else, I have to say thank you to the man of the event, Mr. Roland, back here. Absolutely none of this could go on without Roland's incredible vision for this event. I think all of us as entrepreneurs on Steam and developers on Steam can thank him, 10 times over for what he's doing, bringing us all together here in Lisbon, in a beautiful city, in a really well-run event. So thanks, Roland. I can't wait to spend time with everybody here the next few days. Cool. Thanks. Another round of applause for Roland. As I was thinking about coming here and getting to be with all of you and speak to you here and do this keynote, I wanted to, express a few things. Steam is this very cutting-edge cryptocurrency platform, blogging platform, and we've accomplished a lot. So we should look back over the last year and a half and kind of, see where we've come and what we're standing on now. So the theme of the talk is sort of where we are. We're right here, and we're actually ahead of a lot of other platforms out there. And there are a lot of very special reasons that we're going to continue to grow and become absolutely massive, completely huge. And we can see that nicely just by looking at the growth we've had over the last year, since the last Steamfest. There's more than 300 of us here, and Roland mentioned this earlier, but there were only about 180 of us here last year. And last year's event felt super special. We connected with everybody. It was very heartwarming, and I can feel that same energy here, despite the fact that we're nearly, more than 1.5 times larger. The accounts on Steam, there's been more than 400,000 registered. Last year, at the time of Steamfest, there were only about 100,000. So that's 400% growth. The comments on the Steam blockchain are now up over 450,000 per day. That means people are busy typing away, conversing, discussing all sorts of things at a really high rate. And last year, there were about 115,000 comments per day on the Steam blockchain. So a lot of growth there too. The valuation of Steam is up about 10-fold from where it was last year. We're all feeling pretty good about that, and maybe that's a trend that will continue. And another really interesting aspect of Steam is how all this, these tokens are distributed and the tokens have value. There's actually been more than $20 million US dollars worth of Steam distributed to all the bloggers out there over the last year and a half. So I think that's something we can celebrate. So obviously, there's a lot of numbers we can look at and be pretty happy about, but I think that we can really color things in and show the other platforms out there, the other crypto communities out there, that we're ahead in more foundational ways too. There's a lot of talk in cryptocurrency building killer applications, and there's a lot of vaporware out there and ideas being sold for millions of dollars that won't actually turn into any tangible products. It's a little worrisome actually, but us as Steamians, we don't have that problem. We're building killer apps every day. There are new entrepreneurs showing up to build new products every day, like Utopian.io. Where's Alir? I saw one of the coolest projects I've seen. Yeah, he built Utopian.io. Leveraging a lot of open source tools out there, he built a really cool application to help incentivize developers just to make commits and to write code in different open source projects. I think it's absolutely riveting to see things like that pop up. But there's more than that. There's tons of apps. Just in the last 3 months, we've seen apps appearing to leverage both Steam's reward mechanisms, the proof of brain consensus over where rewards go, along with IPFS, which is a sort of decentralized hosting. And through that, we've seen apps called dSound. Where's PNC? Is he here? Somewhere? And there's been DTube, and now DLive, which does live streaming, incentivized. And it's fascinating to see these things show up, and then these guys are turning these into profitable businesses, so that they'll be sustainable over the long run. And we're just going to see more and more of these every day. Of course, there's Steemit here, and there's also Busy. Chris Keogh's here representing Busy. Busy's an excellent version of the Steem blockchain, and how great user experience can be applied to all of the public content on the blockchain. There's also Zapple, which is doing a sort of Twitter on Steem, and the list just goes on. There's sort of endless ways to reconstruct and reconfigure the public data of Steem in creative ways that inspire people to come on board and participate and be a part of the community. And then maybe, even inspire them to be entrepreneurs and developers on the platform too. So to me, this foundation of applications is a great reason for why we are ahead. Nobody else has this. We have this. And it's something that we can go preach to the world out there, and we can be very proud of. So just kind of coming in a little bit, I'm definitely here to represent all of us and Steem, but also we have what's going on with Steemit, and we're making some awesome headway here with the different products that Steemit is producing. And there's quite a few members of the team here at SteemFest this year, and I just want to draw your attention to them so you know where they are. You can grab their ears later and give them all your feedback. So, Steemit team, are you guys here? Can you stand up and point yourselves out? So make sure you get some FaceTime with these guys. Our mission here as a sort of one of the companies in the ecosystem is to get as much feedback as possible and then incorporate it into everything that we're building, we're doing, so that we can serve the community. And that's one of the biggest reasons I'm excited about this event. It's just so that we can network and talk and connect, face to face. So take advantage of our time together. Yeah, and then, I don't know if you guys, I guess Roland mentioned it, but we did a rebrand, came out the other day. And there's another really cool thing, and I heard that not everyone had really checked it out yet, but if you go to the website, there's a new feature. It's the night mode feature. Who's seen that? A few people? A few people. So check it out if you haven't. Go on the site, log in, and you can toggle night mode in the settings. And it's much cooler. Yeah, so, and it's great for at night when you're staying up all night, writing your blog posts. So, cool. Yeah, and we have a lot of stuff coming too, from mobile app to communities. Our team has grown by leaps and bounds over the last year. We're now up to, about 30 guys, about 23 engineers, and we're moving at a really fast pace behind the scenes, and I think that you're just going to see more and more stuff from us in the near future. So just to highlight some more reasons about how we're ahead that I don't think everyone can see so clearly all the time. There's a lot of tools in the ecosystem that are incredibly valuable, but they don't sort of exist at the application layer. They're not at the surface. And Steemit works on these tools, other entrepreneurs work on these tools, the Busy guys and the Steemit guys have collaborated on a tool called Steem Connect in particular that is going to be incredibly valuable in creating turnkey solutions for entrepreneurs to launch websites. There's other open source tools here for empowering community structures in websites and for just getting data from the blockchain in really efficient ways. So I just want to point out that there's a lot of work going on behind the scenes that is helping these applications come to fruition quickly. And this is stuff that other blockchain ecosystems, they haven't even approached this level of infrastructure. They're still thinking about, how to build, a basic currency that can move almost instantaneously and without fees. They haven't figured that out yet. So, we're ahead, not just at the blockchain level, but at the back-end level between the application and the blockchain, and at the application layer. We have, tons and tons of applications. So cherish that, be proud of that, talk about that with everybody that you're meeting and telling, to get on Steam. Let them know that there's great entrepreneurial tools out there for them too. So that sort of brings me to, my last point that I really want to highlight, and that's that there are many big reasons that Steam is going to grow and grow and grow. We've already seen that there's incentives out there bringing people to the project as entrepreneurs, as writers, as developers, and now I think we're finding ways to make that happen even faster and in bigger ways. There's a lot of things going on in the applications that will help this, better user experience and things like that. But coming back to our blockchain roots, there are other things that can expedite this in ways that maybe a lot of us haven't imagined yet. One of my favorite of those is the smart media tokens. How many of you have seen anything about smart media tokens before? Awesome. Awesome. Do you guys like it, or what do you think? Do you think it's cool? I think that this is a multiplication of our technology. It's taking what we've done with Steam and it's multiplying it by 10, by 1,000. It's going to empower all of us to, plant our flag in the ground and build something of our own that contributes to the greater good of all of us. Super, super excited about what this can do for entrepreneurs and developers who already have their own apps. Bringing this into their own apps, it's going to allow them to build really awesome and new types of businesses. So stay tuned on this project. It's ongoing. There's a lot of developers working on it now, and it'll be out sometime next year. So keep your eye on it. But the thing that's probably more important than smart media tokens and anything else going on in the platform is actually something I can describe in one word. It's you. You go out there and you're bringing the passion and the interest to the project. You're bringing the value to the project. Everything that you guys do is what matters. The technology is just a vehicle for you, for us, and all that. So, going out there, starting meetups, building things, writing things, interacting with people, this is what matters. And so I can't thank you guys enough for what you've already done, and I'm looking forward so much to what you're going to do over the next several years as we, grow and go to the moon. So thank you guys for everything you've done.